Listen up, boys and girls. If you're a Mug Club subscriber, you should be watching this show on Mug Club on Locals and not Rumble. Click the link in the description below to go there and watch the full episode without interruption. And if you're only watching on Rumble, subscribe now and get twice as much of me like my wife does in Crowder's show and a lot more. Thank you.
Are you interested in the real story?
Yeah, boy. Folks, welcome to the show. How are you? Good to be back with you. I was over in Vietnam for 2 years. That's what it felt like. My mother, I don't know why. You'd think after doing this 36 years, I'd be used. I was in Dallas for a couple days, then drove to Buffalo with Tommy, did a gig. After that gig, what do we do? Get up and, I don't even know. I forget. Oh, then what am I saying? I forget. Then the best part of the weekend. Greg Gutfeld in Reading, Pennsylvania. There I am, again, in front of a crowd that should be mine. And is, as my siblings say. And I go, no. It's 4,000 people or so, screaming fans, and very funny comics on Jamie Lissow, who's on the show all the time. Joe Mackey, very funny dude. He's always on Gutfeld's show. So I come out, and, I know 4,000 people go, why do we know this guy? He's not on Gutfeld, because I've been around for 400 years. And I bitch slapped him over the head. I was talking to Tommy. I go, should I just, I'll go with like some of the easy, not easy, but some of the softest shit, And he goes, no. You're here to fucking slap him. I went, oh. I don't have to be told that twice. So I went out there and I said, my first thing was, how many people here hope that Nancy Pelosi's using Roundup in her garden the last 40 years? And that gets a murderous laugh. Then I followed it up with Biden, and we're going to miss him. You got to admit, he's entertaining falling down every year. I said, and I did that thing about it. It must be like watching FDR if he was too proud to use his wheelchair. And that fucking murdered. And then I went into the shit that really makes him laugh. It was great. Went by like this. And then Jimmy Norton goes on after me, who's he's an old pro. I wouldn't want to follow me. And Norton, he's an old pro and just a funny fuck. And he killed. Everybody killed. Not exaggerating. And it was Gutfeld's birthday. And what was cool is they had people from Fox News up on the big screen wishing him a happy birthday. Jesse Waters and Dana Perino and everybody. And then who comes on last to say happy birthday? Happy birthday, Greg. Donald Trump here. Got to know you when you interviewed me. Kind of friends now. Anyway, happy birthday. A lot of birthdays. I'm getting him down slowly. Can you imagine fucking my favorite president of all time wishing Gutfeld a happy birthday? Even he was floating on air, Gutfeld was. And so that was a blast. And then right after that show, they were staying at this like little boutique hotel that you would have loved. It looked like my wife decorated it with this staircase. It looked like the 1800s and furniture that looked like, royalty, that red crushed velvet with gold and beautiful. It was just, I don't get excited over shit like that. I was freaking out how nice it was. But me and Tommy had to get on the road right after the show, drive halfway to Cleveland, because that was like 7 hours. We stayed in Pittsburgh, got up and went the rest of the way. And then I performed, then we went to Cleveland, and I performed in Cleveland last night at Hilarities, and that was great too. My gigs were great. So quite the weekend. I'm so friggin' I don't sleep on planes usually. Did I point out that's me? Yeah. I was so exhausted. I'm such a fucking old man. But I get excited. After I kill or whatever, after a show, the adrenaline's still going for me, you know? So I can't go back. I go back to the hotel. I can't pass out. You know what I mean? Thank God there's YouPorn. What? Cut. I mean, NyQuil. I mean, Adderall. I mean, what? Anyways, great weekend. I guess we'll move on. I know I'm forgetting all kinds of shit. Oh, yeah, I got monkeypox in my ball sack. Cut. Dallas. And we come in here today, and I come in, and Dallas's face is 3 shades of red. He's buried in wires. He's laying under 41 cables going, your mother's box. And every time we leave this place, me and Dallas on the weekend, we're like, what's in store when we come back on Monday?
And we touch fucking nothing.
We touch nothing. I think it's the ghost of Raz, or one of my former producers. I don't know. But it's just fucking, Anyways, let's start the show. And again, I feel like I'm forgetting something. The sound of cancellation. The dangerous situation. Tim Ballard's exit from Operation Underground Railroad, OUR, early this year followed an investigation into claims of sexual misconduct involving 7 women. First of all, that's when they start investigating. Even if this guy saved 1 million children. Oh, he grabbed a tit. Let's hang him. This is the left sticking their nose, because this guy actually made a movie that buried all their garbage. So a guy that's doing nothing but good. I don't even know the true story, but I know a guy that might have done some, playing with girls, women. I know that's all the left needs, because he's only saving kids from being, sold into sex. That's how fucking evil they are. Anyway, 7 women, 7 women with a couple of onions. According to sources with direct knowledge of the organization. I like that. Really? Name the sources. According to sources with direct knowledge. That's left speak talk, by the way. You know what that means? Some lefty whore heard it from some lefty whore whose husband heard it from a fucking jerk-off. Sources familiar with the situation said that self-styled anti-slavery activist, who appears to be preparing for a Senate run, invited women to act as his wife on undercover overseas missions, ostensibly aimed at rescuing victims of sex trafficking. Ostensibly. Meaning that's not really what he was doing. I mean, on the surface, that's what you guys think. That's what that means. Are you fucking kidding me? Rescuing victims of sex trafficking. They should have put traffic sex in, He would then allegedly coerce those women into sharing a bed or showering together, meaning with him, claiming that it was necessary to fool traffickers. I never thought of that one in college. Then again, I didn't know anything about sex trafficking. Whatever. How, any responsibility on the girls that bedded with him? Did he force them to the bed at gunpoint? Why haven't we heard them complaining first? Or is that how this came about? He pissed one of them off. I can just look at him, tell he's a straight heterosexual man. Anyways, you guys are like, well, you're bi. I suck a dick and I don't give a fuck. Ballard, that's him, who was played by Nick DiPaolo in the hit film Sound of Freedom. Jim Caviezel, good-looking fella seen here in my kitchen with my wife when I came home from a road trip. Motherfucker, what you be doing up in this motherfucker? In the hit film Sound of Freedom, not The Sound of Music, that's about fags doing river dance, is said to have sent at least one woman a photo of himself in his underwear, festooned with fake tattoo. See? Fake tattoos. That's how I know he's not a bad guy. And to have asked another how far she was willing to go. What is this, 7th grade? In the words of a source, she replied, second base, no, to save children. These sources requested anonymity because they fear of retaliation.
You're lying. And you're a piece of shit.
The total number of women involved is believed to be higher than 7, as that would only account for employees, not contractors or volunteers. One source close to our, OUR, has detailed knowledge of Ballard's making sexual advances to a volunteer using methods similar to those he allegedly used with OUR employees. Those methods are also consistent with his conduct towards another woman volunteer who spoke to, Vice News, the only fucking far left piece of shit. That's like saying it came from Mother
Came straight from
Mother Jones.
MSNBC.
Or MSNBC or Mother Jones, a salon. You know what, fella? Keep doing what you're doing. Again, I think we would have heard from the women. They would have went to a big outlet, bigger than Vice, actually, if the shit went down.
He's looking at you, kid.
That's right, Bella. Oh, I didn't mean that in a dirty way. A dangerous situation. In response to a detailed request for comment, a spokesperson from Operation Underground Railroad told Vice News the Ballard Jesus Christ. Tim Ballard resigned from OUR on June 22nd and 23. He has permanently separated from OUR. OUR is dedicated to combating sexual... here comes the politically correct response. They don't mean a word of it, but they have to cover their eyes. Sexual abuse and does not tolerate sexual harassment or discrimination, like everybody else does, by anyone in its organization, even though he's saving children and women. And again, I want to hear it from the women. Hate the name. Stop with the fucking acronyms, okay? Retained an independent law firm to conduct a comprehensive investigation of all relevant allegations, and OUR continues to assess and improve the governance of the organization and protocols for its operations. I think there's an easier way to get pussy on the side than trying to save kids all over the planet. To preserve the integrity of its investigation and to protect the... Jesus, did I write all this? The privacy of all persons involved. We will not make any further public comments. All right, enough. That's on me. Don't ever do that again, Nick. Saving children, blah, blah, blah. Jesus, more? What the fuck was I thinking? Enough. I'm going to let it run. Hey, in the second half of the show, if I don't fucking run into it with this story, I'll be talking about a hate crime, black on white, naturally, that in a normal world, not even a perfect world, if it was reversed, the races were reversed, if it was white kids running over a black retired cop, there'd be a race war going on. Not rioting, not looting, a fucking race war. But when it happens the other way around, the media ignores it, or we'll do a blip on page 11 of it. That should have kicked off a race war. And I'll also be talking about NFL fans literally killing each other now in the stands. And you're like, well, what's that about? You just fucking heard me. They're getting worse than the soccer hooligans we used to make fun of. All this is exclusively on Mug Club, so join now to get it at nickdip.com. Hey, boys and girls, head over to nickdip.com to get exclusive hats, T-shirts, hoodies, and more. It's yet another way for you to support the show and look sexy at the same time. You can also get signed copies of my previous specials and all of the Nicka shirts. Just go to nickdip.com and click on store. Again, that's nickdip.com, click on store. Thank you guys so much. See you soon. Let's move on to my boy, Mark Levin. And I'll tell you another thing. Mark Levin's latest book, The Democrat Party Hates America, I love that title, needs to be repeated by everybody, rose to the #1 spot on Amazon list. I wonder if it's on the New York Times bestseller, because he's had a bunch of those, but I'm sure they found the reason. Amazon's list of bestsellers just days from its release last week. And it should. Guy's brilliant. The book surpassed high-profile writers for the #1 spot, including Oprah's latest self-help book called Fatten Your Ass with Cornmeal. Fuck, another one who should be hung from her toes. A new novel from Stephen King. Oh! Hey, Stephen, you left-wing fucking jerk-off in the cornfields of Maine. You just got bitch-slapped by Mark Levin, as conservative as can be. Okay? Go write a book about... his next book will be about, like, Mark Levin's in the basement murdering children. And Walter Isaacson's buzzy biography of Elon Musk. I've never wrote anything that was buzzy. The fuck is that? Levin told Breitbart News in an exclusive comment, this book is like none I've written and none anyone has read. The Democrat Party is an autocratic party that has never you guys must know this by now, embraced Americanism. And today, it's destroying our culture. Yet, if you see the polls, right? Oh, Biden and they're neck and neck, him and Trump, and just utter fucking lies. Utter lies. Anyways, he says it's destroying our culture. Constitution, voting system, educational system, citizenship, law and order, and more. It is an evil and poisonous party and always has been because they were the party of slavery. I unravel all the lies and propaganda Americans have been fed by the party's press and surrogates for more than a century. Holy shit. I thought it started in the 60s. And it's leading a revolution to fundamentally transform our country into a one-party tyranny. You hear that, you idiots?
Are you interested in the real story?
Yeah. How'd it happen? In the Democrat Party Hates America, Levin reveals the radically dangerous Democrat agenda that is upending American life, according to the book's description. Insightful and hard-hitting as ever, Levin proves that since its establishment, the Democrat Party has set out to rewrite history and destroy the foundation of freedom in America. The description continues. I can't read that word. It's cut off at the of. What's it say? After the word continues.
More than a political party.
That's not on the screen. More than a political party, it is the entity through which Marxism has installed its philosophy, which is it's what they did. They infiltrate and use it. They use the system that we've set up to spread their poison. Installed with the help, again, you couldn't do this without the help of allies in the media, installed its philosophy and its new revolution.
You a communist? Huh?
Every legal, legitimate, and appropriate tool and method must be employed in the short and long run, Mr. Levin says, to defeat the Democrat Party. Levin writes, according to an excerpt from the book, the Democrat Party must be resoundingly conquered in the next election, in several elections thereafter, or it will become extremely difficult to undo the damage it is unleashing at a breakneck pace.
Yes, sir.
He's right on the money there. It's coming so fast, isn't it? I mean, people just, and then you put on these TV shows and Fox News, America One, pick anyone, and they're like, you believe what the teachers union is? It's a revolution. They're not following the Constitution. It's a revolution. They're shitting all over that. And again, not you guys, once again, I wish I had libs watching. How do you do that? Maybe we should do an episode once a week where I act like I'm a lefty. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I'll put on some type of rubber mask. The book will be released on Tuesday, by the way, folks, September 19th. That's today, isn't it, Dallas? That's today. Go get it. Order it online or whatever. Go get it. What is this, 1981? Pedal your fucking bike to the bookshop. Stop off at the soda shop when you're done. Mark R. Levin, the Democrat Party Hates America. I should call my boy Chris Crane, who discovered Mark Levin. They're very tight. He's the one that put me and Artie on DirecTV, an agent of mine, Navy guy, right winger. You'd fucking love him. All right. Hey, the back. I was nervous because I ate and drank kind of like a pig. Not really, not like I used to, but yeah, I did a lot of drinking because that's how you make the time go by on the road. Sure, it's 1 PM on a Thursday. I'm on my third margarita by myself, like a big girl. And anyways, so I was kind of nervous. That's Tommy texting me. Let me turn that down. I don't want to fuck the show up. Anyways, for those of you guys on Mug Club, stick around for the second half of this show. Everyone else, go to nickdipalo.com. Join Mug Club to get my full show, Steven Crowder's full show, and a whole lot more. The Hodge Twins, Bryan Callen, and on Fridays, Alex Jones, and they're working on some other big names. Mr. Crowder is not playing, and Mug Club was well represented at my 2 shows this weekend. So it was, and it's always the younger kids. I go, because they're on the internet. They know what's up, right? So as they're coming after me to the show to take a picture, I go, let me guess, Mug Club. So they were pretty well represented. If I was doing a venue in Buffalo that anybody knew about, it would have been double the size. No, really. Even Tommy said we would have probably double the size, you know? But Rob, I got to admit, it was an old auditorium, and it was a beautiful room. I hope this guy, Rob, keeps it. He was canceled. Very popular Buffalo radio guy, like really popular. And he was canceled for making a slight, like a race joke that wasn't even rape, fucked up his life. So these people have to be defeated. Anyways, join on Mug Club. Like I said, go to nickdib.com. All right?